Hello, hello.
All right. Having defeated the rocks, say the fire and threatening the children was an excellent idea. So we're trying to decide whether to save the children or kill you guys. And turned out they saved their children, and I'm sure the children will be fine from here. No one's going to do anything untowards towards the baby kids. All right. So the chosen of Versi, the heroes of the Oracle. What would you like to do?
Detect magic to help find more magical items in this plethora of a mess.
Well, several items do bing, but it's going to take you a good hour to start sifting through them. So, who rolled last time for the treasure table? Because they won't get to go this time. I think it was Jimmy, actually. Was it?
Yeah, I think I was rolling.
All right, Joshua, why don't you roll me a D100, please? 32. Okay, and roll me 2d4. You find 5 50 GP gems. And can you roll me a D6, please? And Joshua slash Odinoz. 4. Okay. Draw a 32. Okay, and roll me a D100. 4 times. So 4 different D100s, please. Okay. And roll one more since you got 2 4s. There we go. So, you get Potion of Healing. 93. Okay, come back to that one. 74. Oh, no. And 93. Get a Potion of Greater Healing. And a Spell Scroll of Magic Missile.
Just first level?
Yes, first level. And a Spell Scroll of Fireball. Nice.
Third level?
Kima take the potion of healing because she used the one she had. I think to get up Alexio.
Yeah, do it.
Cool. So I'll just take that. The rest of everyone fight for it. Fight.
You took the greater, so I just put the other 3 in our party loop.
Cool.
Okay, let's choose Jeff. Jeff, roll me a...
What am I being chosen for?
Chosen for rolling the treasure table. I need you to roll me a D100. 67. Okay, and roll 3d6.
3d6.
You get 12 50 GP gems. And what did you roll? 67. And roll me a D4.
D4.
And roll me a D100 twice.
D100 once. D100 twice.
So 13.
That's too funny. Didn't I roll a 67 before? It's 65. Okay.
You get a potion of supreme healing.
Oh!
That's 8d4 plus 8, I think. Let's check. 8d4 plus 8. Yeah, 8d4 plus 8 for that one. And one more D100.
Maybe Jimmy or sorry, maybe Testicules or Odin should take that.
13. And you get a potion of stone giant strength.
What? Those are sweet.
Which will set your strength score to 23 for 1 hour. And we have one more to do. I'm going to pick on Daniel. Daniel, roll a D100. Higher is better, by the way. Oh, dear. Roll me 2d4. You get 4 25 GP art objects. That's it.
Boo.
Just for fun, if someone rolled 100, roll me a D100. Doug, roll me a D100. This is the type of stuff, if you'd rolled high, you could have gotten.
Wait. What's 4 zeros or 3 zeros?
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
I've never seen this one before.
I'm sure that's a good thing.
But this is what it was.
Tomb of Understanding.
Oh, wisdom.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
If only that was an actual roll.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Been
It's
really
kind of
good for
tough to get
cleric.
your wisdom beyond 20, right? So that would be the way to do it.
Too bad we don't have a cleric that would make use of that.
Yep.
It's good for monks.
I'm about to say monks and druids.
True too. Yeah.
There's another similar high roll. There's your charisma score by 2.
Oh,
And
I
another
would love that.
similar
Or
one.
Daniel would love that. Or
we
even
go
Eric.
Even fight for it.
We all would fight over that charisma +2 right now.
Yeah.
And there's an intelligence +2. And so the one's strength isn't a strength one there. I guess you can't read your way
Is
to
there-
strength.
Is there a dex one?
Not that I see. There might be, but I don't
Like
see
Tomb
one.
of forgot what it was called in second edition, but yeah, there used to be them.
Well, there is one because my character in Mad Mage got one. I had a 22 dexterity. It was so sweet. I think it was manual of
Gainful exercise or something like that.
Manual.
Something like that.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. Manual of something like that.
Gainful exercise.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Ah, nice.
So apparently you can read your way to strength. But regardless, you guys didn't roll it, so too bad. Okay, so this takes another 3 hours to rattle through them. Yeah. Let me know what you want to do.
Oh, that was just a picture. Manual of quickness. Quickness of action.
Is that a dex one?
That's the dex one, yeah.
Sweet.
So Morpheus is going to say, I don't think these birds that we can leave alone, natural predators for the sea with no reason to kill. They are monsters, but we did invade their home. I think we should let them. Well, they might die if we leave them alone. I don't know, but I don't wish to kill creatures like this. They're majestic.
Yes, I wish we would have known. I mean, hardly seems worth the trouble for gems and potions to kill such majestic creatures, but it is done now.
We keep one as pet, maybe. I think a boat big enough for one.
They grow into be as bigger than dragons. I don't know.
Point of order, friends. You forget, dinghy that you all rode on was smashed. How will you transport this?
Oh, no, think it big, mat float. Ride rock all the way to boat.
Malcolm, I'm going to look around. While I forgot to ask, while we were searching for treasure, I was going to look for rope up here so we can maybe make a rope ladder down so we could climb down with the rope easier. Is there any rope up here we can tie it together and make it long enough with what we have to get down?
Make an investigation check.
Guidance.
That reflex kicking in there, Doug. Someone's rolling something. Guidance. Yeah, you
Well, I
do
would have done it
find
myself too, but I'm glad you did it. So
you do find some rope. It's in the form of a net. Like a lot of this wreckage just comes from ships that the rock has probably literally picked up. So there's a lot of netting that I expect on a ship, and actually to make quite a good rope ladder. But only 50 feet worth, and you're 250 feet up.
Well, we slice it up, and then I will mend it into one long rope.
time together, yes. Good.
All right, cool. Got a 250 foot long rope.
Nice.
Easy enough to manage it.
Lexio, you can fly back with testicles, and get a new boat for us, probably, right? From our ship.
If Testicules is strong enough to oar it, then yes.
Well, I can fly back.
No, but
Yes,
bring the
yes.
boat.
We
for us
have
so
to
we can
fly
get
back. I'll lower the boat down while you row it to them.
My feet are stronger than my arms, but I could probably do it. I'm not a strength-based character. I've only got 12.
Okay, so you lower the rope down. It's quite heavy, actually. 250 feet of rope weighs quite a bit. But you dangle it all the way down, and Testicles, I'll get it right one day, and Felixio can get down easily enough. And what's the plan with the boat?
I think our plan is for Testicules and myself to fly back to our main boat and lower the dinghy, and with me doing guidance if he needs to roll him to roll the boat best he can to shore.
Okay, Jeff's coming back. He's crashed apparently. Okay, so easy enough for Felixio and Testicles to bring the boat back here. How are the rest of you proceeding to get down?
Very slowly on using the rope.
Okay, Alaris, you're leading the way.
Unless someone else wants to volunteer.
Oh, nice. Go first.
Are they coming down as we go get the boat, or are we back where I could fly up and give them guidance from a 60-foot range?
Oh, you could definitely give them guidance.
Okay, guidance to, if you're single file, guidance to everybody. So
Sure.
Nice.
So Odinaz, you start climbing back down the cliff. Roll me an athletics at advantage with a d4, of course.
Oh, nice. Look, that's it. Oh, nice. Go down first. That case, if you fall, oh, nice. Catch. Athletics at advantage.
With the d4.
Come on, Daily Beyond.
Ah,
And
even
a
without
D4.
the guidance, you scale all the way down, and the boat is close to smashing against rocks. I want to say once you get to the bottom with Elixio's and a Testicles help, you can get back eventually to the Ultros fairly easily. Who's next?
did you bring your pet, Odinos?
I will go.
Oh, nice. Couldn't get Rock out of the hole.
All right. You said 2 strength rolls or
Two
athletics?
athletics at advantage, plus a little bit of guidance from Telixio. Ah, no problem, Elris. Boom, boom, boom.
All right.
Rappel
Okay,
basically all the way down and eventually get to the boat. Nice.
All right.
Sorry guys, I'm back. That was really weird. I was just getting ready to say I'm gonna have to restart my computer, and then all of a sudden I can hear you guys. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I don't know, Discord's being weird. I may have to reboot, but right now it's functioning. So
Great. So Zemek, it's you
are we
and
rolling
Morpheus.
something? So we can...
Yeah, you and Morpheus
Okay,
are at the top. Other people have been rappelling down using athletics at advantage. So if you wish to make
Go
the
for it,
trip
Dan.
down,
all right.
Captain first. Showing me how it's done.
Thanks, Morpheus. Is it athletics? Did you say?
with advantage because of the rope, and a D4 because Felixio gives you a little tap on the butt as you go down.
Oh, mine's 60-foot range because of my
Oh.
bard class. It's my
Okay.
voice.
So Zamek, you eventually get back to the boat as well.
I yell back up at Morpheus. It's fine. Just do what I did. It's totally easy.
Aye, Captain. And Malcolm, if you could rename what's his name, Zappelli, that name right there. Zappelli's a character I'll probably play eventually. So Tybath would be the dragon's name.
Ooh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
done.
caught unaware that 1 week, and I'm like, I don't know a good name. All right, and athletics.
And is
with-
Akima and Tiabeth, are they both helping you down as well?
Yeah, they're gonna help me down, but I don't know if I can get super advantage. So I mean, does
No,
it
but
matter? I mean, yeah, they're gonna
But
help.
the DC will be lower.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna be. I mean, they're gonna be helping me with the rope and making sure, watching out for stuff. Yeah. So, like,
I just see like each of them on one shoulder trying to use their wings to make you float.
Little flappy wings.
my familiar would be like looking for footholds and telling me mentally where their footholds are at for my feet, and the dragon then is trying to pull my little thing up.
Well, the DC was 18, but now it was 15. So basically, you wouldn't have made it. We would have struggled without the help of Akima and your new dragon companion. And you eventually make your way back to the Ultros, safely gotten away from the area of the rock. So, I did suggest something last time as a place for you to go, but the choice is yours. You're just outside the area of the rock, all the way over here.
Makes sense now. Giant bird right here, right next to number 12.
We start to understand the cues on the map.
So there's a giant fish over here. So
Were we trying to go back to get the Pegasus bridle out of character? Was it in the foil of if we were to travel there now, it would arrive?
I believe so, yes. Because we ordered it when we got to this island. Or no, we ordered it, but there was still something in the queue for 5 days. So it was 3 days here. So in 2 days that will come, and then another day we should get it, which should quotation mark time up with when we arrive to the Pegasus Island, or back to the Island of the Heart to get the Pegasus.
Okay, so we get one more island before the Pegasus Island.
I'm getting a strong sense that we should take a look at the Nymph Island.
Yes.
Whatever gave you that idea? Oh, no, you've
In
been
their
to the
voice,
Nymph.
there's Nymph Island.
Nymph was the area of the rock.
Oh,
I'm getting confused. The
little voice
chariot-
says whatever the other thing was.
The other
We've
thing-
done
chariot?
Dragon and we've now done Nymph, because Dragon was where Hexia was.
Yep.
The chariot.
I was scrolling back through. Did you say the chariot, Malcolm?
I did. It's the chariot.
Okay, let's do that, guys.
Good decision. All right.
Thanks for being our inner voice.
And the spear was the Amazons, right?
No, no, no. The Amazon was in the Cerulean
twin.
Gulf, the twin.
Oh, okay. So we have
So
the
we have-
Sphere, Chariot, Blacksmith, Titan, and Dreamer. Okay.
Yeah, yep, yep.
All right.
And after this travel, if my math is right, I think we have 28 days.
Plenty of time. All right. So you see down here, not far from the area of the rock, is the Garden of Helios, which is where the chariot leads to. So it's configuring the Antikythera to the constellation of the chariot. The Ultros starts making it away in a basically southerly direction. Now, need someone to roll me stuff. Let's choose Josh. Roll me a d20 first, please.
D20.
12, cool. And can you roll me a d100, please? 40.
Oh, Nurse doesn't like when all of a sudden you hear, hmm.
Could that mean? Okay, now as I mentioned before, the weather in the Forgotten Sea is significantly worse than the Cerulean Gulf. You know, you're getting really close to Sydon's domain, and the storms are wicked. Your crew sometimes just stops rowing, rolls the sails down, and you just ride the waves because any type of direction is just hard. And you're looking for moments between storms to try and get some type of direction on the Ultros. It's surviving, but it's taking a severe beating. It's almost like another great labor, if you will. You had the the mine, the Mithril mines, the Mossy Temple, all those other things. This is going to be a voyage that Kyra at least is writing songs about. People are going to talk about how you guys braved the oceans. But winds pull at your clothes and tug at the ship's sails and ropes as the skies begin to darken. On the horizon, a massive storm rolls towards your ship with alarming speed. As it draws closer, the ocean grows violent. Soon your vessel is pitched about by powerful gales and crashing waves. This is a bad storm, even by the standards of the Forgotten Sea. Captain Zemek and crew, what would you like to do?
Is this after day 1 where we've gotten a long rest?
Yes, assume you're long rested.
Okay.
Very good.
Hey, Captain Zemek, why don't you make me a survival check?
Guidance.
Oh
Can I
man.
help him?
I think you're turning into the first mate, the second in command. So yes, you can. As Testicles battens down the Antican. So yes, Jeff, at advantage for Zemek and a D4.
D4 coming up.
Okay, so as this massive storm to approach you have been sailing the Ultros for a while, captaining it, and you realize you have two choices. You can sail into the eye of the hurricane, like just howl to high water and go straight towards it, or you could attempt to outrun it. With your rod of 20, you know that non-magical means, unless you come up with something really, really clever, the storm is going to catch you, even if you try and outrun it. So Zakmek, as you're
I got
at
something kind of clever.
the ship's steering wheel with rain battling down on your face, with Elixio in your ear, what do you do?
Captain, I don't know if it'll work, but I can summon a water elemental and help it push the ship. It has a swim speed. It's as fast as the ship.
Oh, so you're suggesting that we try to outrun it? I was actually thinking let's just brave the storm. I like your idea, Alexio. Let's try to outrun the storm.
Onas can blow really hard into the sails.
Oh, Nas, we'll take all the help we can get.
Hey, Kyra can fart. She was good at that.
Hey,
Like a
I've been
smelly
taking.
cow.
Oh,
I've been taking
onions.
taking my charcoal tablets. Thank you very much.
Onas won't be able to breathe if farts.
All right. I'll do what I can. So you're summoning a water elemental to push it away from the storm?
Yes,
that
to
the
help.
plan?
To help. Yep.
How long does a water it's an hour, right?
Oh yes, an hour.
Okay. Captain Zamek, can you roll me a d4, please, and add 1 to it? So a d4 plus 1. So that's a 4. So where is everybody else? Captain Zamek, you're necessarily at the steering wheel. You can delegate if you like. I'd like to know where the rest of you are. So Testicles, where are you during this storm?
I'm probably just on the top deck, following commands, trying to batten things down and whatever else is yelled at me.
Okay, cool. So on the ship, trying to help out as best you can. Because, you guys have had an oxen on the ship for a long time that you haven't sacrificed. The oxen has gone off the side of the ship.
Oh
so
no!
bye oxen. You could have used that, but it's been too late. The oxen flies off the edge. Morpheus.
I can hear it too.
It's like that scene from Twister where you see the cow in the middle of the Twister. And...
yeah. That's what I was thinking of too.
Oxen.
Oxen
Another
free.
oxen.
Okay, Morpheus, what are you doing during this storm?
Oh, Morpheus is below deck, and being safe down there, making sure that he's not going to be thrown out of the boat. He is not the physical type, and he is not the worker bee. He admires you guys that are like, Zamek, but he's not going to be up there doing that.
Okay, so you're getting thrown around a little bit. Actually, roll me a dexterity saving throw, Morpheus. So, well, no doubt underneath is safe. That doesn't mean it's safer, but it's not necessarily safe. So holding down the best as best you can. Sometimes you're holding on with your arms and your legs are flailing behind you, but you're doing a beautiful task. Some of the crew is getting battered and thrown around. Speaking of which, Captain Zamek, before we carry on, what do you tell the crew to do?
I tell the crew. So the crew, they're only oarsmen, right? I take that back. We've got people that are actually manning the sails and stuff like that. So I'm assuming we're not.
Yeah, most of them are just muscle to pull the oars, but significant portion of them are actually sailors as well.
Okay. I'm going to tell them to continue, and I'm assuming that the ship is equipped with means of securing ourselves to our seats for the oarsmen, and to lash ourselves to rails, or in my case, probably the steering wheel, if you will.
Okay.
So that's what I'm telling people to do. Strap yourselves in. Get ready.
Okay. So the oarsmen down below strap themselves best as they can, and they're waiting for orders because at the moment, they're pulling on the oars as fast as they can. It's hard though because about maybe a quarter of the time they're actually getting good purchase just because of the sheer size of the waves. Do you instruct any of the crews to help you on top of the ship?
Would I know
quite
if
frankly,
that's a good idea? Yeah.
You'd need the help.
I was going to say, I think that we probably did. Yes, I do. It's like, yeah, get up here. Help me with this.
Yeah. And how many?
Oh, that's a good question. So we have somebody that needs to steer the rudder. We need somebody that needs to help with the wheel. I don't know. Do I have an idea with like the physical size of these things, with the quantity of people that could actually do something with it?
There you go.
10 sailors. Thank you. All right, perfect. I'm like, here you 10. I picked the ones that I think are the best suited.
Okay, cool. So as I said, a lot of these men on your ship are just grunt, just muscle, and and they're doing a great job. It's an important role, but these people have a bit more experience at sea, and they're rushing around, helping Testicles batten down the hatches and try and prevent things from flying overboard. It's exhausting work. While that's happening, Alris, what are you doing?
Elris is probably below decks as well. I mean, she's a lady. She's not going to be working the rigging and oars and stuff.
Make me a dexterity saving throw then.
All right.
Oof. Get a plank to the head and you take 6 points of damage. Okay.
What are they doing up there?
It's violent. It's violent everywhere. As I said, this is a storm to end all storms, and just a sec. Okay, so Talixia, you do that. Is Zamek's driving? What's Odinaz doing?
Well,
sorry.
after I summon that elemental, I would go down below deck, and then with my wings, I would hover. That way, I don't have to make any of the deck saves. That way, I don't lose my concentration.
Okay, but you're above deck though. Is that right? Or you're under deck?
No.
Under deck.
No, once I summon it, I'll go down below deck, and I'll float down below deck. That way, I don't have to worry about the deck saves.
Okay,
I would
awesome.
like to. I'll be near Flexio so you can take advantage of my aura. Or I don't know if does that work against concentration. I think it does, doesn't it? It's a saving throw.
Any save, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime you take damage. So I'm just having a quick technical issue here. Give me a sec.
And then
there we go. Oh, no, still not quite there. Sorry, just a sec. Weird. Okay. Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, so sorry, Flixo, you're underneath. What is going on? Sorry, it's driving me nuts. Never mind, I just stuffed everything up. Okay. I'll resolve that at another time. So Talixia, you're underneath, but you're hovering to avoid the deck save, just hovering in place. I've lost all sound. I can't hear you guys. Sorry. Give me a sec. Hello. You guys can hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, because I can't hear you. Okay, so it's the other way around. I can't hear you. Say something. Nope. Check. 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 Hello. Hello. That is weird. Hello. I think I'm good. You guys hear me? And I can hear you. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Let me just check. Something's still not right, but we're working. Okay, so Talixio, who stepped aside, he's flying around on the ship. Okay, so outside. Sorry, what was Odinaz doing? Okay. But on deck or underneath deck? Are you helping out on? You're on the deck, okay. And Testicles was battening down the hatches. So we have the. Mhm. Okay, so getting my bearings after my. Yeah, so these are the three people we have on top deck as the storm is raging. Um, so very hard to navigate, very hard to help out as the ship violently lurches around. So I'm going to need all three of you on deck to please make me survival checks. And no. Uh no, because this is an hour-long task we're doing, and survival is just a quick thing. Oh, that is true. That is true. Um, okay, so yeah, the three people on deck. Can you all make me survival check, please? Oh, don't know. Survival. Okay, no, that's not good. Testicles, that's not good. Zamek. So Odinaz, you're strongly holding on there. Testicles and Zamek, as your ship rides up a big wave, you come crashing down and you lose your balance. I need both Testicles and Zamek to make me an athletics check, please. Mm-hmm. As the wave hits Testicles, you're holding on to some ropes desperate, and you're about to fall off the side, but your fingers dig in and you land back on deck. And Zemek, you get thrown off the side. You go off the boat, but at the last second, you grab hold of a rope that's just dangling there, and you pull yourself back on deck to start steering it bravely through the storm once again. Just makes it. But the storm continues to pound down. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to do? It doesn't look like the storm is ending anytime soon. Your elemental's done. Well, that's what you're trying to do. Holding on to hammocks, holding on to things, lying down in a hammock. Probably be not best to survive. I tell you what, I'll give you a make a perception check if you like, Alris, to see if you can spot a better place to hold on to. Yeah, stay away from the banana hammock. Okay, so you find a better place to hold on to. But I'm going to need everybody below deck to once again make me a saving throw, please, except for Thelixio. You do. Advantage, yep. Morpheus, no problem. Alris, no problem. Oh, that's it, isn't it? Yes, just you two. Okay, so you're holding on, ships thrashing around, bits of cutlery and plates and other things where it's just flying around left, right, and centre. But you do manage to dodge all of it. Topside, the storm continues to rage. Can I have the three people up top to make me survival checks again, please? Oh, testicles. That's your second natural one, I think. Once again, you start riding waves and comes crashing down. Odinoz, maybe raging a little bit at the storm, you do manage to hold on, as does Zamek. But Jimmy, I need you to make me an athletics check. Same thing that happens with Zamek. You get thrown overboard, but at the last minute you grab hold of the ship rigging. Just using your arms. You climb back on top of the Ultros. Things are being held together just lightly. But the storm is continuing to rage. If there's anything else people would like to do, let me know. Anything different? Okay, make a performance check. As you try and mime. Performance check with guidance is, it's very hard to communicate it over the sound of the storm and you thrashing around. Let's see how well. You're gonna need you're not good at whimes apparently. So everybody downs. So you're very quiet there, Dan. I'm not sure. Not proficient in mime. Okay, Morpheus and Alaris make me a dexterity saving throw, and Alaris at advantage. Okay, once again, you ride out the storm quite well, avoiding cups and saucers and knives and plates. Up top deck, though, things are going no better. I need once again a survival check by everybody above deck. Well, before we get there, Zamek, can you roll me a d10, please? Captain Zamek. You know those 10 sailors you had? Now you have 4. 6 of them get swept overboard into the storm, and you see them bouncing on top of the waves, and eventually they just disappear out of sight, presumably drowned at sea. Testicles and Zamek, as you watch the sailors go overboard, you think maybe I should be paying more attention as you slip as a wave crests and crashes down another wave. I need an athletics check by Testicles and Zamek. Wow. So, you both managed to recover quite easily from the storm. Yeah. Okay. So the storm continues to rage, and as you attempt to outrun it, the water elemental wasn't really helping a lot. And the storm eventually catches up with you. All right. And you see what is the source of this storm, this extra nasty storm. You see it looks like a human. It looks like a gigantic human, though, like even bigger than giants. Like this thing is 30, 40 feet tall. He's bristling with energy, and you see that this massive creature is the source of the storm. He's just thrashing around, talking. He seems to be cackling to himself. You can't quite make out what he's saying. And he's the source of it, and your boat is slowly being dragged towards it. What do you do? Okay. Okay, cool. So testicles, click it, and you head straight towards him. Keep in mind, this thing is huge. I'll let you do that absolutely. 30, 40 feet. Yep. You're still flying towards him, testicles? Okay. What are the rest? Hmm? Yeah, the wind is pushing you forward, but the strength of the ocean, just the way the tides are going, is dragging you back to the center of the storm where this gigantic creature is. You can enlarge part of the ship, not the whole ship. What would you like to enlarge? Okay, so we'll say the sails double in time, and kind of the ropes enlarge as well. So you've got a massive wind at your back now. Why don't you make me a spell attack, please, Felixio? To see how well you manage to catch the wind. Okay, cool. The ships catch it, but the wind kind of bellows around it. They don't really catch the wind perfectly. It slowed it down, but you're still continually being dragged to this massive, gigantic creature who seems to be the eye of the storm. It's be 500 feet. $400 feet, 300 feet, 200 feet, 100 feet. Okay. Let me just look up the exact stat. Okay, so what's the DC and what's the roll? Wisdom 19. It's a plus 10 to this. Boop. And he rolls a 19, so it fails. Okay, so as the sure. Just as I close the sheet, let's bring it back up again. Wisdom plus 10. A natural 20. As you get closer, this massive creature looms up and says, "Who are you? And what are you doing here in my father's ocean?" As he leans down and looks down on top of your ship, this massive form. This is not some simple stretch of water. This is the Forgotten Sea, the domain of my father Sydon. State your business. In fact, don't state your business. Bow before me. As he just leans over the ship, this massive form. You can almost feel his hot breath as he yells at you, just kneel before me. Did I stutter? Bow before me. You can make a persuasion check if you like. He obviously doesn't like you. Bow before me. Okay, we'll get there in just a second, but I also want to point out that all the sailors are just completely overwhelmed by this, and they just fall prone before this creature. They are terrified. I guess the people at underneath the ship, Morpheus and Alris, what are you doing? You can hear it. You don't see it, but you definitely hear it. Actually, Eyes of the Storm are relatively calm, so it's still rough, but normal rough, not like dangerous rough, just rough oceans that I'd probably throw up in on as a human, but not too bad. Okay. I can think so. Sounds like you're already up there, right? Okay, so Odin, you're refusing to bow. I just want to set the scene of what everybody is doing as this thing is screaming at you. What's Testicles doing? Okay. And what action are you holding? Not 30 feet. No, more like 10 feet. More like 10 feet. He's right up in your grill, 10 feet away. I do. Okay, awesome. Morpheus. He's yelling at you to bow. What do you do? Okay. You're not going to initiate. Initiate. Okay, cool. Alris? Men. Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay, so you all hear the words of Alris in your ears to take a knee. What is Alris doing though? Is Alris taking a knee? Okay, cool. Oh, they're prostrate, face down on the ground. Okay, Felixio. Okay, great. And you cast the spell while he's bellowing at you. What do you do then? Getting ready to? No, just don't worry about actions. Just he's yelling at you over. Yeah. Okay. And I think Zamek, Captain Zamek. Okay, great. Do I need to ask what Odinoz is doing? And your okay. Hey, so rest of you are not. Some of you are. Well, some of you are taking the knee, and some of them are, actively getting ready to attack. Odinoz, you're being the most vocal though. He gets right down into your face, like just 5 feet away, and says, "Bow before me." You should know my name. People will know me because of my father. My name is Golaron, son of Sydon. What's your make me an athletics check, please. 16. Okay. His is plus 10, I think. Yeah. He reaches down with a massive hand and grabs Odinoz in his hand and gets him up and is getting ready to throw Odinoz out into the ocean. Why don't we get ready for this? And my sound's not working, but roll for initiative. Yeah, we'll get into that. Let's just get organized and we'll do your ready actions as they come up. Oh, yeah, sorry. Why don't we, we'll do it. Sorry, I know what you're saying. We'll do it. I'll take you there. We should have your tokens there. This is not what he looks like, but here's an approximation. Yeah, as I said, he's just massive. And we'll get him. Sure. So we'll just add you on then, Odinoz. Where is Odinoz? Maybe I never Oh, there you are. Okay, I'll move him down here and shrink him down a little bit. So Odinoz, you're a 19. Okay, so let's go through these prepared actions. We'll do them in order. Thelixo, you're taking a steady aim at him. Okay, fire away. 23 hits. Just check something. Okay, yeah, that hits. The arrow flies through the air and thumps into the hide of this creature. He barely notices. It's like a pinprick in his side. Okay, now that's your turn. And Testicles, you had a prepared action. So cool. There we go. There's a big lightning bolt up his nose. And what did you roll? So dexterity saving throw 12. 15, you're right, 15. He rolls an 8. He will use a legendary resistance to choose to save instead. But he's giving him a bad sinus. And he takes 16 points of fire damage as this thing comes up, and he's just furious. He's thrashing around. Odinoz, did you have a prepared action? Okay, so you rage up. You consider yourself raged. Zamek, I believe you're taking the knee, is that right? As was Alaris. Morpheus? Mm-hmm. Yep, so attack away. Eldritch Blast, I assume. Okay. And that's a dexterity. Oh, a constitution save. Is it con save? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, he's not nearly as dexterous, but he rolls a 10. He's going to use another legendary resistance to choose to save instead. And he's going to roll a 13. Okay. So it takes 13 damage rather as the light staff of thunder. Anvar? Oh, not sorry, I haven't renamed your creature quite properly yet. Yeah, but I'm thinking of Daniel's anyway. Can you type the name in again, Daniel? I'll set it up properly, eh? Yep, but can you type in the name of your dragon again? Okay, thanks. Finding device, scroll up. There you got it. Okay, cool. Okay, I'll set this storage. You have to kind of rename it in 3 different places. There's one. There's 2. Three. Okay, should be good from now on. Okay, so Anvar is just hanging out downstairs. I assume. Didn't have a prepared action, so nope. But maybe on the next round. Okay, so Felixio, you're first to react after all these Firebolt goes up nose. Odinoz, his usual angry self. Uh, mhm, mhm. Sure. Whoop. Okay, he does indeed enlarge. He looks a lot. Yeah, he's still in his grip, and because of the sheer size of this creature, he's like yeah. Odinoz is basically the size of a horse now, but he's still got a firm grip on him. Okay, is that your turn? Okay, at the end of Thelixio's turn, Golaron is going to use a legendary action and throws Odinoz into the ocean. So Odinoz splashes in the ocean. Let's make me a dexterity saving throw to see how well you dive into the water, or whether it's a belly flop, Odinoz. Sure, you see the ocean coming. It's something you need to see. So yes, danger sense. Oh wow, lucky for danger sense. You do a beautiful swan dive, just barely making a splash in the water, and then you bop up the top, and you're in a bit of trouble as you see the ship pulling away from you. There's distance between you and the ship now, and in fact, you start 50 feet away from the ship. The ship is getting further away. Testicles. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Spear of fire. Let me just check something. 23 does hit. Yep. So that's 6. 6? Yeah, 6, because yeah. Okay, Spear of Fire hits again for another 10. Nice. Oh, damn it. And the crows roll 20. I've got 2 spear attacks on Golaron. Okay, and that's a con save. He rolls a 23. He's got plus 12 to con saves. Okay, so punch him right in the kidneys. Doesn't work. At the end of Testicles' turn, he's going to take another legendary action. Myself reorganized. Okay, here we go. Mm, He points a finger and he says, "No one disrespects me. No one disrespects my father." And points a huge finger at Odinaz. Odinaz, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please? Yes. Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, Odinaz, you are a strong, fierce warrior, but never have you been treated with such disrespect. It's thrown away like a toy. This is highly unusual to you, so much that you become frightened of this creature. At the end of the target. Okay, so that's all that happens now as he curses you and casts this spell on you, and you are just terrified as the deepest fears of being treated so poorly like this. Odinaz, you take at the start of your turn, you take that much psychic damage. It's a good roll. Let's have a look. It's on a solid surface. Yeah, and not technically his turn. You okay? Okay, cool. I mean, he's got a really bad initiative, so we'll get there. But he's taking legendary actions, which is technically not his turn, but we'll get to the wall of fire up his nose on his turn. Okay, Odinaz, you're terrified of this creature. You're bobbling away on the water. Now you're 70 feet out into the ocean, away from the boat. What do you do? No. No, the guy's basically just right next to the boat. So you have a problem. You can't get closer to the boat because of this creature. Uh, hmm. What's the range? Oh no, 70 feet is well within fireball range. Well, the problem I'm thinking about is you've got testicles flying around him. You've got a boat there. Um, there's a chance you're going to hit. Well, you're definitely going to hit the Golaron, but maybe testicles and maybe the boat as well. Do you still wish to throw it? Okay. Okay. There we go. One going In both ways. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, so roll damage for the wall of fire as you are concentrating on that. Okay, I'll just give him 24 points of damage as it's attached to him. We'll do it that way. Okay, Felixio, nice. And at the end of your turn, can you please make me another wisdom saving throw? I think so. It's still a magical effect, yeah. Ooh. And because you failed, I need you to make me a constitution saving throw to try and maintain your wall of fire. Okay. Done. Okay, it's out of legendary action, so we'll switch our attention to Zamek as you watch Odinos bob further and further away from the boat. Okay. Sure. 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 22 hits. Sure. Was not immune to it, so what's the save? Wisdom, he rolls a 12. You have a love connection. It will. It thinks of you as a trusted friend, and trusted friends don't shoot trusted friends. I wish my soundboard thingy was working because my daughter would say, "You can certainly try." Yeah. Okay. Well, you still have 3 shots. Remember, that's just your first shot. Yes. You still wish to charm it. Okay. So, first shot. Okay. 24 hits. Yes! That's loud, but it's working. Not good enough, the last one. Okay, and let's get some stormy seas. Hope this is going to work. No. Okay, but this is working. Battle sounds. Okay, so you're... Don't you get a D8 on one of those? It's the extra attack. Okay, but one of them does hit as your arrow flies across into this creature. Alris. 70 feet from the bow of the ship. Getting further away. Interesting. Yep, yep. Okay. First Algebra Blast misses. All right. Second one blasts into him. Yep. Okay, nice. So 26 total. 2 blasts. Morpheus. Yep, smart. Okay. It rolls a natural 20 for its dex save, so Fury Fire doesn't hit. Yeah, said that. Well, bouncing on the open sea, right? It's not an easy shot. Anvar's just what's Anvar doing? Around the neck of Felixio. Hey. The roll was an 8. Not very dexterous. He's not. So 14 points of damage. Okay, and so as the lightning goes out, testicles, you're right up in his grill, right? Okay. Felixio, whereabouts are you? Okay, so just firing from the... Okay, it turns around and reaches a massive paw using his huge reach. Grabs hold of testicles. Testicles, if he needs to move, he could do that. That's easy enough to do. And testicles, make an athletics or acrobatics check. DC 20 is what I rolled. Which isn't that good. It grabs hold of testicles and says, "You're coming with me." And dives down 50 feet in the ocean, dragging testicles with him. Felixio. I'm going to let him take his fire damage this time, but then I'm going to say the fire goes out, because this is no normal ocean. So roll damage, he's going to take that testicles, but as he dives down into the water, the fire is going to go out. So roll damage for a wall of fire. 21. So Felixio, you see testicles grabbed by this creature and boom, dives down into the water. What do you do? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Odinus, do you resist? You're muted, Josh. Maybe. Okay, so you look like a drowned cat, which isn't a good look if you've ever seen a drowned cat, but you are out of the water with your mane just dripping with water. Okay, nice move, Testicles. You've saved one of your party members. Someone else is in a bit of trouble, though. Testicles, you're 50 foot below the water and going further south. What do you do? Oh, I'm going to roll him a strength check. And he rolls a 12. So athletics or acrobatics. Looking for a 13 or better. I rolled a 2 on the dice. So 15. So you struggle free from him. You're right next to him, but you're detached. You're moving at half speed. Okay. Say 20. So you're swimming up 20 feet as your movement. And you have a thing that prevents attacks of opportunity? Okay, cool. There's a bonus action here, step of the wind, so you step away and you swim 20 feet north. Yes? Or 20 foot up, I guess. Okay, cool. Odenaz, you're hovering in the air. You try and go forward, but you can't. What do? You can go up or down. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, action to break free for sure. Yep. Cool, cool. Odenaz, 20 feet in the air, looking like a drowned kitty. What do you do? Okay, yep. Okay, well, he's... Okay, so hovering there. Um, the spell continues, so I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw. Odenaz, and it is a spell. You finally shake free of the fear. Odenaz is cooler than that. And so you get your axe ready for him getting ready to attack. You don't see him. And you're 20 feet away. What's his reach? So he can use a legendary action. He can do one of those. As you're turning around and fleeing from him statistically, he reaches out and shoots a bolt of energy at you. He rolls a natural 20 and he's going to use force damage. And so you take mhm. It's ranged weapon attack. I think that's the criteria, isn't it? Ranged weapon attack. This is technically a ranged weapon attack. But able to remind me what that means. Okay. Was. Okay, so this is math. So the 19 was the base damage, plus 25 for the crit, minus 15 for the deflect missiles. So you take 29 points of force damage as he blasts you in the back as you're fleeing away. That was his legendary action. Zamek. Captain Zamek. Oh, he was a Brib. No, that was Thelixio. Captain Zamek. There we go. At what? He's under the water. You don't see him. Okay. And it is down quite a distance. You see a brief flash of energy, but because of the wave and the tuning of the ocean, it's just impossible to get a beat on him. But Alaris, what does Alaris do? Alaris unmutes himself spectacularly. No, you cannot. Okay, Morpheus. Uh-huh. He's with Odinoz. Sure. Okay. Okay. I've been forgetting. As you are swimming away, Testicles, he's going to take another divine blast attack at you, another ranged attack. And he rolls a 15. Does that hit? That doesn't hit. So the divine blast of force energy and the water boils around you, but that's all that happens. Anvar. Ah, getting the DM to roll dice. There you go. You're welcome. Okay. At the end of Anvar's turn, he's going to take the third of his legendary action and to try and divine blast Testicles again as he swims away. What was it? 25 this time. And you take 22 points of force damage. I don't know if you can deflect missiles again. Whether it burns your reaction or not. Okay. One right in the back once again. Now it's his actual turn. You hear a voice echoing through the water's testicles. Are your knees feeling weak now? Are you ready to bow? Testicles, you can respond. Okay, make ranged spell attack. Okay. Let me just click that. That'll do it. No? How do I make a ranged spell attack on this? Okay, I'm just going to roll a d20. See if it gets within Kui. 8 plus... 8 plus 13. 21. So, 21 will hit. As a sickly black beam of energy erupts around you, Testicles, you feel incredibly weak. And you're kind of floundering in the water a little bit, making progress, but not making much progress. And you're not sure you're going to be able to make it to the surface in time. Is it disease or poison? No. Nope, not disease or poison. Good looking out. And then the Golaron dives even deeper, 100 feet below now. Thelixio. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. Which, as the waves swell up and down, it goes up 10 feet, then down 10 feet. To put him just above the surface of the water can't be done. You're in a raging storm. Yeah. Okay, you can treat him like a balloon if you like. He's got no weight. So you can drag him wherever you go. Yeah. Hmm? Both. Okay. Okay, so you drag him like a balloon, dismiss it. He thumps down onto the deck, once again looking like a wet kitty. Testicles, you are struggling. You have no power in your in your strokes anymore. What do you do? Mm-hmm. Yep, you can. Step of the wind would normally be 30. You're still physically moving. It's not like Misty Step. You get another 10 feet up. You're 20 feet below the surface. So I'll say 50. So what's your normal movement speed? It's half of that. So 20, so you're just like, we'll say 5 feet below the surface. Oh, so you're 30. Yeah, sorry. So, you burst out of the water like a cork, and you're, we'll say, oh, okay. So you burst out of it, and you raise above the water, and you can fly back to the ship if you like. Okay. Is anybody diving in after the guy? Okay, Odinaz, what do you do? Okay, so you jump off the boat. You go, we'll say 30 feet downward. Treat it as your movement. You just go splashing into the water. Make your perception check, Odinaz. No, you don't have spells as a reaction, unfortunately, so no. You look around, Odinaz. You don't see Jack. Is anybody else going to try and attempt to find him? He's bobbing on the water at the moment. Okay. So now another mini storm is brewing, and when the Golaron descends, there's still a storm, but it's abated. It's not nearly as deadly or as lethal as it could be. So I don't you splash around in the water for a minute. You dive down and maybe a couple more times to spy and spot him, but he is well gone. You stop. You take a breath. This every time you've been on the Forgotten Sea, there's been a storm. It is always raging, howling winds, but these are raging, howling winds and waves that you can handle. So it's just a normal, ferocious storm, not a deadly storm like it was for the last few hours. So relatively calm waters. Relatively. chariot, yeah. Nice. Oh, some of them are battered and bruised downstairs from riding out the storm, but total death casualties were 6 people who bravely manned the ship. Now they are brave no more. Each one of your crew members, over the course of sailing the remainder of the day, when they've got a moment, they take either gold, silver, or copper and just toss it in the ocean and say the names of the sailors. And as Captain Zamek, you know the name of the sailors, of course. What are those names again? Welcome to the world of the DM trying to make up random names, Jeff. Thought I'd spread it around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are honoured. Coin members throw coinage over there, say a quick prayer to them. They go about their duties. Okay. Captain Zamek, what are your orders? Okay. So, over the next day or so, next couple of days, yes, you may long rest. The Antikythera informs you that you are approaching where it sends you, but the island ahead is shrouded in fog. But it's a whole island, it seems. Islands, you're not sure. But you're apparently near your destination, but all you see is fog. You light up torches and your sailors and your crewmates hold them up, but it's not really piercing. It's kind of like riding in thick fog in a car, right? Putting on your lights on doesn't really help. So you command the crew just to slow down to a crawl as you go into the fog. Is that right? Okay. Okay. Are you going to help out with this, first mate Odinoz? No. Once again, it's like putting high beam on in the fog in your car. Doesn't really help. So with first mate Odinoz helping you out, you can no longer roll at disadvantage, but I'm going to get a straight survival roll from you, Captain Zamek. Doug, you missed your cue. Without the guidance, still with Odinus helping you, though, you sail close enough to properly see through the haze for the first time. And you find the rocky cliffs have formed a natural plateau, elevating the island's landscape far above the water. You see shrubs and other plants spilling over the top of the cliffs, and you hear strange trumpeting calls of exotic beasts from further inland. Sorry, I stumbled over my words there. But this is what I said. And you probably see nothing. Just a sec. And yes. You guys have never heard something like this before, but to accurately describe it, imagine an elephant trumpeting. That's what it sounds like. Okay. Oh yeah, it's a creature. No, I don't imagine you would have come here, so no. And as you can see from the art, the whole island is elevated. Hmm. Okay, so we'll say over the next hour or so, you do a loop around the island, looking for an inlet. Make me an investigation check, Captain. Okay. Well, still got the D4. Yeah, it all looks equally bad in your opinion. Okay. Hey. No. You can make an investigation if you like Odinaz. The DC is going to be harder as you're going over the same terrain again. There we go. Doug's back on form. Which is good with a -2. Yeah, you spend another hour circling the island. Nothing. No place seems easier or worse than the other one. Okay, so you bring the Ultros close to the shoreline here. You get a bit of shelter from the perpetual storm and the Forgotten Sea, and you secure anchor. Thelixo, you fly up, and now climbing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Um, you can climb it up not too difficultly. So you're all going to make it. Testicles, are you clicking your boots and flying up? Okay, so just climbing up then. Make me an athletics or acrobatics check. Okay, even without guidance, you get to the top of the cliff easily enough, Testicles. Morpheus, are you going to climb up? Once again, athletics or acrobatics. I'm just going to play Doug's game here. Guidance! Everybody gets guidance. You get guidance. You get guidance. Okay. You do make it to the top, okay, Morpheus. It's a bit of a struggle, a bit of a hike. You do take a point of exhaustion, but you do get to the top safely enough. Aloris, are you attempting the climb? Same thing, athletics or acrobatics, as Thelixio casts guidance on you. Ooh. Even with a natural 4 on the dice, it's not going to work, unfortunately. You too take a point of exhaustion as you try and climb this treacherous cliff. So, Thelixio, you're already up there. Zamek, is Captain Zamek back? Nope. Okay. Odinaz, same thing with you, please. Athletics or acrobatics with Thelixio. Okay, so you all get to the top relatively easily. Morpheus is huffing and puffing a little bit, as is Alaris. But you get to the top of the island. Awesome. And you reach like... He does. Zamek needs to make a athletics or acrobatics check. That just allows him to get up. Roll a d4, Zamek. Don't roll a 1. Okay, you get up there just to avoid any exhaustion. And yeah, you're all up there. Said some of you huffing and puffing, but you see it's like a savanna almost, like an African savanna with trees around. And you do see these strange grey animals with long trunks and big ears wandering around making trumpeting sound. They're not paying you much mind though. Oh, okay. Good to know. Okay, I'm going to say because this is your natural environment, you start hitting, following lines of rivers, because that's where civilizations tend to be. There are herds of these elephants, like 20, 30 at a time. They're grazing, destroying vegetation as they go. Um, but yeah, and let's see. You see Alris. You see herding these elephants, these massive creatures like 10, 12 feet, herding these elephants as they were cattle. Um, they're wearing armor, um, and as you spot them, they spot you. And they're cyclopses, like you've encountered before, but these ones wear armor, and they turn to each other, and they slowly walk to you with their hands raised. Okay. Hello there. The great god Helios welcomes you to the island. He sends warm greetings and invites you to a feast. Thanks be to the great sun god. He is a kind and generous master. Everybody who think they might have a history about Thylea can make a history check if that's your character's wheelhouse. Not really. No, this is just recording knowledge. So no, Alice. Who knows? Nope, but he can make a history check. Ring any bells? I mean, you have heard of other gods that have more or less faded away. You haven't heard of Helios particularly, but maybe he was a god that's just gone out of fashion. Nobody really worships him anymore. So there are other gods, but the five are by far the most well known. If you'd be so kind as to follow me, we have an area picked out. As they start, what was that, sorry? Sure, sure. So, you arrive at the prepared feast, and the prepared feast is set on a pristine sandy beach that borders a crystal clear pool at the center of the island. An elderly cyclops with a milky white eye sets out plates of enormous cuts of roasted meats to the ornate dining table before you. Your host stands at the opposite end of the table. Helios is an incredibly handsome man, made more splendid by the radiant jewelry and skin that nearly glows with divine vigor. Sunlight glints from his golden hair, which matches the burnished colours of his eyes. Welcome to the Garden of Helios, my most honoured guest. I am Helios, the sun god, and it is your pleasure to be in my presence. Who do we have joining us? I saw you arrive on the island.